Professor and Jaren's podcast, the podcast that talks about Doctor Who and Star Wars, hosted by Leigh. Welcome and hope you enjoy listening to this episode. Welcome back to Professor and Jaren's with me, Leigh, your host. It's time to talk about Doctor Who once again. I want to talk about the Church and Mary Malone and share my thoughts, obviously. If you love the episodes I do, please subscribe to the channel, as I really appreciate the support and it helps the channel as well. I want to say a huge thank you to all you listeners out there. Really appreciate the views recently. It's good to see good results. I don't know how long I can keep this, but please keep listening, as I really appreciate it. Before I begin, just want to say that there are two things that have been announced. Mandalorian and Grogu will be the next Star Wars film. And of course, Ahsoka is getting a second series. Yeah! I'm so excited. With the movie, we'll see what happens, but Ahsoka, yay! Let's get started on my thoughts on the Church and Ruby Road. I think this episode is one of the best Christmas specials out there. I still enjoy it for what it brings. Yes, it's not perfect, but the fact is, to come and keep this Russell D. Davies 10 out of 10 episode is a big deal. This is what needs to be going forward, as he has a lot of pressure, because I know I give him a hard time, but Russell, keep this up, you're going in the right direction. I want to start by talking about Ncuti and Millie. Starting with Ncuti Gatwa. He is the Doctor and is enjoyable to watch. I love that he is the campiest Doctor. It makes him stand out in an instant, and I don't think any other Doctor's like that. So that's what gives him this brilliant personality. I like the fact that he's not afraid to show off, and good for him, because I like the fact that he's out there wearing a kilt, even wearing a vest. No one else can really, in my personal opinion, top that. And that's fine, because each Doctor has his individual, and that's what I'm trying to say here. One of my favourite things is that he is, like a lot of his predecessors, he's a bit of an inventor. I like that he invents these intelligence gloves, which transfer the wearer's weight into gloves, which resist gravity, by the way. I think having this made the episode more out there, as they don't have to rely on the sonic screwdriver, and the gloves are a result of the government's defeat, which I really like, and I'll talk about it in a bit. Millie Gibson's Ruby Sunday is in the same category as the Doctor, Din Djarin and Din Grogu. Din, Djarin and Grogu, as you know, are my personal favourites, and I hope Russell can do the magic for Ruby as Jon Favreau has done for the lads, because it's out there at the moment. I mean, they're out of the foundling stuff like it's on to Apprentice, and of course taking on the Empire, the Imperials. But with Ruby, it's very just started, and I think if they keep showing more of Ruby being a bit invisible, she's got a chance of being brilliant. I like how Ruby was written, and the whole thing with coincidence with Lilibet and herself. I think her being damsel in this episode was okay, but going forward, and with these rumours, Russell can't afford to do this, and he has to let her shine, because if she's damsel, then we're going to have some serious problems. If certain characters come back, they're going to outshine her, and I don't want that. Ruby, shine. During our member, I feel they have great chemistry, and the duty of care the Doctor has for Ruby and watching over it is cute. And I like the fact it's giving me fatherly vibes. I think a lot of other people will say fatherly vibes. I think a few others are saying fatherly vibes. I think they've got something special. If they can keep this off, this could be one. They could be the best duo out there. Maybe alongside Swerve and Clara, because Peter Capaldi and John Cohen were great. Schumit could be just as good as them. I'm going to stick with the Sundays and talk about Carla and Cherry. I felt Michelle Green stood out in both worlds. I like the fact that she cares for Ruby, and the fact that Ruby has an impact on her, which I think is very beautiful. I think she's just as iconic as maybe I feel Sylvie Noble is now. Yes, Sylvie. Jackie Tyler. There's just something great about her. I like the fact that Angela Winter is iconic as well. And I think when she's demanding that hot drink throughout the episode, I'm like, oh, I like her. I do hope we see her mother, because I think she could be just as legendary as Bernie Christmas was, and he was a legend. I think Russell is using real life topics for his film, especially with the whole fostering thing, and that's important because I feel like I would like to see more, but also done in a way something like the Bad Batch are doing with their politics. It brings a lot more to the show. The Goldwing song was a joint effort with master vocals from Christina Rantondo. Lyrics are, as I say, nonsense lyrics by Russell Davies and composed by Mary Malone. I describe this song as nonsense, but it's entertaining to listen. And I'm going to be honest, it's one of the songs I listen to a lot. That just shows how good it is. I also think the reprise with Shooting Me doing vocals on date is brilliant as well. I think it's entertaining. I think Ruby struggles a bit, but it's understandable, and that's what makes it a lyrical genius. I think it reminds me of Service Pressure from Encanto, which is sung by Jessica Darrow, who plays Louisa. And it's just as good as that. Both versions are what I like to call spectacular. I think that this could be the blueprint for a musical episode if someone decides to do one. It is a risk, but I think taking that risk is better than not. If I look at shows that I watch that are musical themed, for example, if it was like something like this episode, or maybe a High School Musical, the musical series, which I love, great tracks. Obviously, there is Josh Bassett, Sophia Wiley, Olivia Rodrigo, Matt Cornett, Darren, Frankie A. Rodriguez, Kate Reinders, and more. They're all very talented, and the songs are so brilliant. So if you were to make brilliant songs, go towards that. Would it be my cup of tea? Maybe not, but if it was good, I might be invested. So I would never say no. I felt the plot was good, and tying into the potential story, the salt situation. Yes, the salt situation. Myths and no pesky goblins. The goblins eating babies with coincidence is an intriguing way, as it made them more dangerous. And yes, they sing a lot, which I actually kind of like. I like the use of Carol the Bells and of course the wrong song. A musical kind of villain. Could they do it again? I don't know, but this is a good use. I feel the climax was important, showing that the government successfully travelled back in time and taken Ruby because of all the coincidences that they mentioned before, and the Doctor is easily able to work out what's going on, Ruby's influence, and go in and save her as a baby. And I like the fact that that malfunctioning glove is able to stop the goblins and cause their demise. It's definitely iconic. I think the founding arc with Ruby Sunday is unique. Coming after, Jane, Grogu and the Doctor is brilliant because Grogu's storyline is beautiful, and I think the fact that it's now done in a way puts a lot of pressure because I want Ruby's to be as near perfect as Grogu's was, and I don't want it to be rushed. I think they're having series that have struggled and had a blip or a few mishaps, but have had positive results, and there's some that never really get to it. I like the fact that I think there is potential in the story. They just need to make sure it's done as much as they can and make it near perfect. I would love to see Russell handle it near perfectly like Chris Chibnall did, and maybe what Jon Favreau did with the Darksaber. I think he's got potential if he just keeps it at the position is in this episode, which is good. I think he could improve it a lot. I thought they used real shows, as that was one of Russell's strengths as well. Casting Davina McCall again. I want to give a huge shout to Anita Dobson, and who is playing mysterious Mrs. Flood. Russell has said she's slow burn. I'm interested to see what her role ends up being. Susan Twist as well, playing Mrs. Medjugorje in Wild Bill, has been seen on set and seen in the bar. And of course, what has Russell got planned? In my next episode, it's all going to be about a special topic that I love. And you've seen me talk about it a lot on the podcast. It's gonna be my thoughts on the retake of Mandalorian. It's a personal topic and I really want to talk about it. What did you think about the church on Ruby Road? Please comment down below or at Fast and Fair to you on social media. Thank you for listening once again, and I'll see you in my thoughts on the retake of Mandalorian. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for listening to Fazman and Jarrins. Please get in touch at Fazman22 on social media. If you love anything I do, please subscribe to the Foundling Challenge YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed listening to this podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Subscribe to Foundling Challenge and stay tuned for more podcasts. See ya.